Hey, good afternoon. G-Force. G is for gratitude. G is for gratitude. Hey, the last wasn't able to make it in on Monday. Just my calendar just got to squeeze pretty tight. But today I wanted to, just sort of build off, not directly out of the book. Start with Your Why by Simon Sinek. I wanted to today cover something. It's probably we've all experienced one way or another is life dissatisfaction. Life dissatisfaction. And so today I'm going to just cover those 5 signs your job is sucking the soul out of you. And so I'm going to go through that today. But it really starts with understanding gratitude, being grateful for what you have versus what you don't have. And gratitude powers your why. See, most people are dissatisfied in life because they don't have a clear why defined in their life. And I'm not saying everybody, but what I have found, most people are sucked in by the culture. And so we're going to cover a little bit about that today. But also what I want to do is make some announcements as well. Is that next week, I've got a special guest that I'm bringing in, another business coach, mind development coach, and I'll introduce her on Friday for next week's interview. But this Friday, we don't have any guests, but I've got another topic that I want to cover in a little bit deeper dive, and it's about the value of your health. Because if we don't have health, we virtually don't have anything, because our health dictates how we operate, our longevity, how well we can operate, our mental clarity, all those things. So we'll be covering that on Friday in lieu of a guest. But I just wanted to reestablish some announcements. Is that I do have a corporate sponsor, I would like you to learn, if you want to learn more about the corporate sponsor, I'd be glad to chat with you. My calendar link is here. This will give you a lot of information about my corporate sponsor, which is ASEA, which is up in the left-hand corner there. This really helped me define my why. And I'd always like to open up that this product and this science that is making a dramatic improvement in people's health has been touted as maybe the greatest medical breakthrough of the 21st century by Huffington Post. And I've experienced the benefit of the product. But I had some regrets because what I knew about the product, I could have shared with somebody that may have benefited Tom. He passed, a business colleague of mine. And so I want to live my life without regrets. When I know I have something of value that can make a difference in somebody's life, I want to get back to the roots that Art Williams taught me, a crusading mentality. What are you willing to fight for, stand up for, to benefit other people? And that comes down to what Simon Sinek talks about as well. Understanding your why. Why are you here? What is your purpose? So like to share what ASEA is and redox molecules are. You can go to that link right here. That's my corporate sponsor. You're going to have an opportunity to really see how it's making an impact on people's lives and health. So I just wanted to get that out there. That is my corporate sponsor, ASEA. There's the logo there. And again, it's really important to really understand your why in everything you do, not just in your business, but what is your purpose? What is your purpose in life? So G Force, G is for gratitude. Gratitude, I believe, is one of the strongest principles we can apply in our lives, especially when we have difficulties and challenges, dissatisfactions, which we'll be talking about here a little bit. Because many times it's only through gratitude that we get a new perspective, a new level of awareness. Gratitude eliminates negativity. Gratitude also eliminates pain in the area of emotional pain, setbacks, losses. How do we deal with those more effectively? And then gratitude does help in a very significant way when we understand those principles, along with some others that make your life more meaningful. It's only through gratitude. Different perspective, eliminates negativity, helps you deal with things in a different way. Instead of reacting, you respond to whatever's happening. And it's only through gratitude. So today I want to talk about this particular topic. Again, gratitude powers your why. Start with your why. Get into this book, because the points I'm going to cover here today is the 5 signs your job is sucking the soul out of you, out of your life. Okay, we're going to cover those in some detail here today, and it's purposeful to question these things and get to your why, make those shifts and changes in your life that will give you more purpose, meaning, excitement when you get up in the morning. Do you find yourself hitting the snooze button every morning, dreading the fact that you got to get up and go to something you may not love to do? Your job? Your business, maybe? So today we're going to cover those 5 principles in a little bit of detail. So start with your why. Let's talk a little bit about what we've been conditioned to do. We've all been fed this same message throughout our lives. Get good grades, go to a decent college, find a great job, if there is anything called a great job, settle down, pay your taxes, student loans, work your butt off, retire, and then you can live your life. That's how most people are operating from. That's what we've been conditioned to do. How are you going to turn off that dogma? How are you going to turn and reframe your thinking about what we've been conditioned to do? It's your why. See, we have come into this life to feel happy. Actually, I like to make a reference to, we're not here just to feel happy, but joyful, vibrant, fulfilled, not beat down or worn out from working 50 hours a week or more for the job that you may absolutely hate. These principles are not fulfilling. See, when we really understand who we are and our potential, this message that I'm messaging out here today, or to all those creators, the creatives, the visionaries, the dreamers, the doers, the believers, trendsetters, that don't believe in following social norms. When we look at people's that are succeeding and having joy in their life and fun in their life, they understand their why. They're creative. They're dreamers. They're doers. They don't let things get in their way. They make decisions to bring fulfillment in their life. And let's talk about the 5 signs that your job is sucking the soul out of your life. You forgot to put the life in there. So let's look at this one. Do you dread waking up every morning? Are you hitting the snooze button? If you are, see, if you're living your passion, your purpose, and your why, you should wake up every day feeling excited, rejuvenated, and filled with life. See, I do. Now, I haven't always been this way. There's times in my life I dreaded getting up in the morning, especially early in my career before I went into business for myself in the financial service sector. Then I got that passion. I hated working for the man, working 40, 60 hours a week, mandatory overtime. Some days never saw the light of day because I worked in a warehouse situation. Go to work in the dark and go home in the dark. Didn't see my family for 10, 12 hours because of mandatory overtime. That sucked. That's prison. I had a lot of job dissatisfaction, even though I had a path carved out for me as a leader in the union movement, Teamsters, which would have given me probably $250,000 a year retirement income from 2 pension plans. But I walked away from that because it wasn't fulfilling. It didn't fill my needs. And thank God I had mentors to help me point that out. You spend way too much time working. But why do we work? Why do we work so much for somebody else? Why do we give our souls to somebody else? We're helping them build their dream. We're helping them accomplish their why. Is your job fulfilling in those areas? If not, my recommendation is maybe find a new job, find a new path, find something that you can do that even a part-time basis that brings you more fulfillment. As Jim Rohn said, he in the early part of him making changes and in the being in business for himself, he had a job that paid the bills. But in the evening, he was building his why. He was building his fortune. He was building something bigger than a job. You don't have to quit what you're doing, but if you got a dream, you'll figure it out. You got a vision, you'll be able to figure it out. A lot of people are shackled to their jobs because of this one thing, financial obligations. And I'm not just talking about the necessities or the roof over your home, the clothes on your back, food for you and your family, and the necessities, insurances, healthcare, all those things. We need income to take care of the basic necessities. Question you need to ask yourself, what do you need and what do you want? What do you need versus what do you want? When it comes down to it, we only need a few things. These are our basic needs: food, water, shelter, clothing, stable relationships, and a passion in life. Think about it. And as Dr. Miles Monroe, when you get clear on your vision, life becomes very simple. Didn't say easy, simple. Live a simpler life. See, this is a new statistic. This came out today in the financial news that during the pandemic, people got that stimulus money or pandemic money, whatever you want to call it. And they saw something happen. People were paying down debt. And that's a good thing, being a financial coach, eliminating getting out of debt. They had the extra money to pay down some debt. But since then, since around January, February, March of this year, something amazingly bad has been happening. People are going into debt deeper than ever before. That's a shackle. That's imprisonment. It keeps you in the job, doesn't give you freedom. It doesn't give you options. Listen to this number. Consumer debt, student loans, housing, all the things that we as Americans, $17 trillion of consumer debt. I've written a book called How Debt Robs Your Wealth Building Strategies. And I'm not just talking about what goes into your assets and your bank account. That wealth that you have, your value for yourself, your freedom, is being robbed from you because of debt. Well, there's solutions to getting out of debt. Cut the credit cards up might be a good thing to start with, which I've been taught to teach in my financial coaching. Sell some stuff off, get out of debt. Feel what it feels like to have zero debt. I have zero debt, and I haven't had debt for years. Zero debt, including my automobiles, my housing, everything, zero. I'm a cash guy. I make values, how I spend money, based on my why, my purpose. Yeah, I have needs. I got clothing I got to get. I need food. I like traveling. I like doing different things. How to get out of debt. I'm a financial coach. Number of ways. Like Warren Buffett says, real simple to win with money. Real simple. Get out of debt, save some money, spend less than you make. And then save some money, you become more sophisticated. It gives you options of where to put your discretionary income. I teach people how to become financially independent in two ways: accumulation of assets by managing the income they have and managing their expenses, making the proper decisions so that you have the money to save the long term. I also teach people how to increase their income. See, your bills are residual, but do you have residual income? How many of you were affected by the pandemic? Lost your job, facing losing your job. What's your plan B? Things that should be considered. And all debt does, debt is the number one causer of stress, and stress is the number one cause of chronic illness. What are you doing about creating wealth for your health? That's one of the things about ASEA. It builds health from the inside out. It's a cellular technology. It's not a vitamin, a nutrition, mineral, food supplement, nothing. It's creating what your body creates naturally at the cellular level. As we age, we become less healthy because we don't have as many redox molecules. So I'm sort of deviating from there. But what about the deficit of bills creating in your life, making you ill? It's going to make you broke. You do not want to go to a hospital because they'll bankrupt you, even if you have insurance. Unfortunately, a lot of people in this country don't have insurance because the cost is prohibitive. Point number 2 was, are you shackled because of bills? Or life dissatisfaction. You only live for the weekends. Monday comes, you're dragging your butt out of bed. You're not excited to hit the road, but you're looking for, man, it's Wednesday, hump day. If you're to have that mentality, that's a life dissatisfaction quotient. Counting the days to the weekend. And here's a staggering statistic. And if you have a business and you have employees, you should be quite aware of this and know about it. That 31% of your employees are actually engaged in their job at work. So you got 10 employees, there's only 3 that are really engaged in their work. More than likely, one of them's you. Okay. The rest of the time, because they're under stress financially, dissatisfaction, 70% of your people don't like their jobs. That affects your business. What are you doing as an employer or a person leading an organization to bring fulfillment, excitement, purpose, and why in their roles in your organization? That has a tremendous impact you as a business. What are you doing? Are you fulfilled? Are you excited? Do you have a vision, purpose, and why? Are you conveying that through your organization? If you're not, you have an organization I call as dysfunctional. Those companies and organizations are exceeding at high levels, understand that. And they create a culture that everybody's engaged. Everybody's engaged. Is the job you're doing giving you fulfillment or passion or purpose? Or are you just there putting widgets together? It could be any job. I'm not saying that it's just a manufacturer, but I just like to use that analogy. You're just doing tasks for somebody, shuffle papers for somebody, put the numbers in the spreadsheet for somebody. Does it fulfill you? You get excited. You know, I know a lot of people in the trades, they get excited seeing the finished work of the concrete they laid, or the bricks they laid, or the house they built, or the landscape they did. They can look back and they feel good. They see the end result. Are you doing a job that you don't see the results other than maybe a paycheck? And you're looking forward to the weekend? Point number 4, not being fulfilled by your work, which I was just covering. If they aren't, I just recommend you find those things outside your job that will fulfill that. Yes, you have obligations. You got children, you got bills, you got all this stuff, but there's strategies. And one of the greatest fulfilling things you can do is have a game plan to bring more fulfillment in your life. That could be involved in your community, your church, your organization, while you're looking and building a new opportunity for yourself, your family. Doesn't have to be a full-time jump off the bridge commitment. What's your plan B? And I think this is one of those areas that lot of people just feel frustrated with is point number 5. You feel like you've lost yourself. And what does that mean? What is your identity? A lot of people have lost themselves with their real purpose, that inner desire, who they are, with their relationship with their higher purpose and calling. Many times people identify who they are based on the title they have, the degree they have, the cars they drive, the neighborhoods they live in. Identity. Is that really you? Jobs suck that out of you, or can suck that out of you. You feel lost, aimless, sad, grieving about your regrets. The older we get, the more regrets. I could have. Why didn't I? I should have. I don't like using should, but there's a lot of things we should have done and we could have done. Do you feel like you've lost yourself? And that's where personal coaching comes in. It's helping people get clear on their why, their purpose. Then start aligning those things in their lives that fill it, whether it be a hobby, whether it be their faith, a community service, maybe looking for a different role in a company, the company you work in. How can you fulfill that? How can you bring more value to yourself, your family, and the people you work for? Or are you going to go out and create something? Go into business for yourself. I can't imagine working for somebody else. I haven't worked for somebody else except for a few stints in transitions, moving around the country as I've done in the past. But I've been in business for myself since 1983. Brings a whole different degree of satisfaction and purpose and why. Get excited in the morning to get up. Yeah, even in the tougher times of my businesses, I was excited because it was my dream, creating my legacy for myself, my family. And I'm not just talking legacy of money and assets. Since 1983, I've been an entrepreneur in business for myself, creating a legacy. And I don't want to die with regrets. If you feel like you're lost, you're going to have some regrets. Take this time. This time that you have is the most important time that you have. Be grateful. Be grateful. And that gives you a different perspective. So today's message is just really a time to evaluate. What are you doing? Maybe you're in business for yourself and it's not bringing you joy, happiness. Maybe it's time to look at something else. Are you just chasing money for the sake of chasing money? Or are you really chasing something or doing something to make an impact in humanity? Wouldn't it be nice to have a business that could make a difference in people's lives? I mean, really? I mean, every business has a value and a purpose to fill a need. But some of the things that we do don't really bring other than a necessity to somebody. And that has fulfilling. But are you really excited about doing that? I made a decision. Where can I have the greatest impact in people's lives? Helping people with their money or helping people with their health? And I believe if we don't have health, we can't have any wealth. If we don't have health, we can't create wealth. And I'm not just talking about what goes in the bank account. the wealth of health, being cognitive all the time, being healthy, being able to get around. When we start losing elements of our health, we are less, we become less. How can you keep that improved? We have a lot of responsibility. A lot of our health issues is culturally designed to keep you unhealthy. Our food, our diet, lack of exercise, sleep, all these elements are not properly managed. They're assets that we have, but we don't understand them, or we're culturally been trained to say, I'll trust my doctor to give me a pill to make me feel better for a few days, and then you get sick again with other problems. So sort of diverging a little bit there, but again, I just wanted to come in today. Is your job, your business dragging you down, wearing you out, wearing your soul out? It's time to take a different look, a different perspective, and be free to reach out to me. I can possibly give you some insights of how to make changes in thinking. It starts with a thought. This message is for all those who are out there that are creators, dreamers, visionaries, doers, believers, trendsetters, and tired of following social norms. COVID has probably woke more people up in these areas than ever before. People wonder why their people can't find employees, because people are maybe found a different outlet for self-satisfaction, self-joy, purpose in life. Many people are going into business for themselves. Where are you? If you're looking to find a new home, I encourage you to investigate. I do several things to help people increase their income, do business opportunities. I'd be glad to share them. One of them is ASEA. We're making a difference in humanity at a cellular health. That's not just hype. If you want to learn more about what we're doing, contact me. My calendar is in that link tree /4rivers. Get an insight of what we're doing. We are looking for life agents, somebody that wants to improve their lives, improve their families' lives, improve the lives of those around them. We have a tremendous opportunity, both in product and business opportunity, if you're open. We're looking for life agents. And so I'm just going to close out with this, is because pose this question. We share with people what's in this blue bottle. Redox signaling molecules, recognize maybe the greatest medical breakthrough of the 21st century. That's not coming from me or ASEA. That comes from Huffington Post and the science and medical community. It may be more impactful than penicillin, which is a pretty impactful thing in the health industry, the medical industry. People poo-pooed it in the beginning. It came from mold. You got to be kidding me. How can that be healthy? How can that be beneficial? A lot of naysayers. Today, no one has nothing but good things to say about penicillin and what it's done. And I want to just close with this. My first influencer, first mentor in my business life, sitting with Art Williams, talking about Crusaders mentality. Tom, if you don't believe in your why, purpose in life, and you're not willing to put everything on the line for it, you live a life of mediocrity, despair, and regrets. Get a crusader's mentality. That's what this message today is about. Most people are going to live lives of mediocrity, settling, not really making an impact, not creating legacies, dying with regrets. Hopefully today, this message will touch somebody out there. So tag and share. Tag and share. So with that all said, it is with gratitude that I'm here at this moment. It's the very most important moment of my life. How I look at it, deal with it, determines everything else in the future. Everything. I'd love to talk to you if you would like some input. I'm here to serve. Help you get clear on a vision, purpose, and a why. Be glad to help you. I'm glad I had somebody come into my life to point me in the right direction. So with that all said, you all have a great day. See you Friday, and make this the best day of your life.